What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I'll do my boutique Blu-ray collection. It's going to be super modest because I have got nowhere near as many of these boutique Blu-rays as some of the other YouTube channels that I know and love. Some of these channels that I know and love have humongous collections, but for space reasons I do not have such sizable collections. I've got a little kind of pile here that is my, a combination of different labels, boutique labels, that I just wanted to show you my collection, what I have. There is more that I want to pick up, of course, but at the meantime we will go through these and I'll just talk about these films. Some of them, a lot of them I've not seen yet, but it is what it is. I'm so guilty of buying a film or a Blu-ray that I like the sound of. I like the sound of it, or I like just like it's a box set. I really like the box set of the film. The box set's legit, and the actual films sound really cool. But they might sit on my shelf for a year before I get around to watching them. I'm so guilty of this. I'm guilty with it with video games as well.
Don't kill me in the comments if I haven't seen the film that I show on screen. Please don't kill me, don't do it.
So yeah, I've not seen all of these. I'm guilty of just like buying them and putting them on my shelf and not watching them for ages. I will get around to watching them, but right now I just want to go through the boutique Blu-rays that I own. It's a modest collection, it's nothing massive, it's just this small little pile. But anyway, let's get in to this one. I'm going to start off with my Arrow collection. A very small Arrow collection at the moment. I did have a few more before, but I got into some money issues and I had to sell some stuff. To, it is what it is. To eat. Eating is important, guys. Don't buy Blu-rays if you need to eat. Eating is very important. Or you just like me, you just buy Blu-rays because you want Blu-rays. First up, we have Hellraiser. The only good Hellraiser film, in my opinion. The only Hellraiser film you need in your collection, in my opinion. I've seen 1, 2 and 3. I don't like the sequels. I refuse to move on and watch the rest. How many is there now? Like 11 films, 10 films? I don't know. But I've heard they're all absolute rubbish. But Hellraiser, the first one, is the best. It is great. I love it.
We will tear your soul apart.
Doug Bradley as Pinhead is iconic in this film. He's got that just imposing, dominating voice that will feed into your nightmares. And yeah, if you see a puzzle box, don't solve it because you might regret it. I've just got the standard Arrow release here. Just a standard one. Just comes with a, just a one discer. Got a reversible cover. Yeah, I always prefer the original cover arts compared to the new commissioned artwork. I just think it's OG. It's got to be. That's Hellraiser. Next up, one of my favourite horror films of all time, in my top 3, is Candyman. Tony Todd is iconic again. Like a lot of these, classic slasher films have iconic actors in their roles, and we love them for that reason. Yeah, Candyman, it still is, in my opinion, a really unsettling movie. Like this film really creeps me out, and I think it could creep out a whole new generation of of horror fans. I do feel it gets forgotten a lot of the time, which is a shame, because I think it's absolutely fantastic. I think it's one of the best horror films ever made. For a film that still kind of creeps me out and scares me to this day, I think it does its job very well. And yeah, one of my favourites of all time. It's super unsettling, super disturbing. The scene where she wakes up and you've got that decapitated dog in the bathroom, that is just terrifying. And the poor doggo. Come on, guys, stop killing dogs in your films, please. It's a poor doggo.
Stop killing dogs in your movies, please.
One of my favourites of all time, the Arrow release. again, just a standard Arrow release that I picked up. I'm not sure if it's got a special edition. I'm sure it did, because most of these did get special editions. But yeah, I love that artwork. It's so iconic. It's crazy good. Just a single Blu-ray. Don't know why it's just got a. Oh, it's got like a little advert for Exorcist 3, which I've not seen. So if you've seen Exorcist 3, let me know if I should check it out. I've heard good things. I've heard bad things for number 2. But yeah, The Exorcist is my favourite horror film of all time. So if number 3 is worth a shot, let me know. So yeah, as I was saying, Candyman single disc Blu-ray. It does have a reversible cover with new commissioned artwork. But like I said with Hellraiser, I much prefer the OG artwork. I think it's incredible. I just love the whole, you know, Candyman in the eye, and then you've got the bee, and I'm just like, it's just iconic stuff. And I really like the lead actress in this. The character of Helen is her journey through this film is just mesmerizing, and I feel that you really follow her distress and distrust, and you know, you watch her slowly go insane. And I think that's just such a great. It's got a great ending. Like, that ending is like, what is going on? It's so good. But yeah, Candyman, Arrow video, standard version, but I still think it's definitely a version to pick up. I don't know what other Blu-rays I like, but yeah, Candyman, I love it. It's one of my favourite horror films of all time. George A. Romero's Day of the Dead, one of my all-time favourite zombie films ever. I'm really glad to get the Arrow Blu-ray. It's a special edition version, so it comes with a Blu-ray and a DVD. The DVD. I've already showed. I've unboxed this before, but just do a quick one here. But yeah, Day of the Dead for me, I really like how bleak it is. It's so bleak and so just so kind of like claustrophobic in its tone, and I do like that with this movie. The gore effects are some of the best practical gore effects ever to be put on screen. Like Tom Savini has basically, I don't think he's topped this. I think this is his best work in practical gore effects. And yeah, I like the idea of this crazy doctor wanting to domesticate the zombies, and you get Bub. You get Bub in this, and Bub's such a memorable character in this film. And I think the whole idea of you know, trying to kind of usher up old memories for the zombies when they were human is quite a cool concept. Going behind the scenes with this film and realizing that this film was going to be a lot bigger, but the studio kind of cut Romero's budget in half, so he wasn't able to do his like full concept, full vision for this film. The vision was like domesticating zombies and creating like an army of zombies, which sounds kick-ass. But yeah, but I think like even with, you know, his budget being halved, I think he's made one hell of a zombie film, and it's one of my favourites of all time. I love this movie. Speaking of George A. Romero and zombie films, of course you've seen already, but I've got Dawn of the Dead, the really expensive Arrow release. I paid too much for it in my opinion. Some people would disagree with me in that video's comments. They say it's worthwhile. Oh, it is. I agree, it's worthwhile, but there's kind of a limit that unless I'm getting a big box set, you know, a really, you know, unique box set with loads of features and loads of movies, I still feel I paid a bit too much for this. But I want to get the 4K release, you know, solely for the Argento cut, because I feel I've not seen the Argento cut and I love the Argento vibe, so that might be something new for me to experience. But yeah, Dawn of the Dead, it's a classic for a reason. It's one of the greatest zombie films ever made. And this comes in a 3-disc version, so it's a 3-disc special edition. It's I've got this cool cover here, and it's got obviously the classic cover there that I love. Of course, when there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. And there's one bit in this film that makes me laugh. I don't understand why it's in the movie. That biker, he goes to get his blood pressure tested and he gets eaten by zombies.
Why are you getting blood pressure tested, you know, when there's zombies that want to eat your face? I don't understand it. I'm done. Done.
Yeah, the Arrow release of Dawn of the Dead, it's a great release. Mine's seen better days, it's a bit battered there, but you know, it's a must-have in your collection, and I'm looking forward to the day when I'm able to actually pick up the 4K release. Dawn of the Dead on Arrow Video special editions, fantastic. So that's my Arrow collection. Very small, of course, not much, but you know, as going into this, I haven't got much space, and I'm making most of my space. I'm only buying what I want, so I'm not really like, you know, going crazy with the Arrow or these boutique Blu-rays, because I don't want to buy a film that I've not seen that doesn't interest me just to like build a collection. I want to buy films that generally interest me or I've seen and love. So speaking of films I've seen and love, we're on to Eureka now, and we're on to Fright Night, my favourite vampire film of all time. It is the coolest vampire film ever made, and I just think it's so fun. Like, it's a fun movie, and I think everyone should watch it because I think it's the coolest vampire film ever made. It's got so much charm. It's just so watchable and so easy to watch, and I love all the characters in it. And I think it's such a cool concept of a guy who watches a program called Fright Night, and then he realizes there's a vampire that's, you know, moved in next door that wants to eat everyone's face. Like, it's so good, and obviously he's trying to tell people about it and no one believes him, but then but doing that, he gets on the wrong side of this vampire. Jerry is probably the coolest vampire in this film, probably the coolest vampire ever in my opinion. But yeah, love this movie. I think it's a must own. It's a terrific vampire film, and I think everyone will like it. You know, people I'm talking to that are big, you know, horror fans and big movie fans. No doubt you've got this in my opinion. But you know, but yeah, this is a 2-discer. It's a, you know, Blu-ray and DVD. Eureka. It doesn't have a reversible cover, but who needs a reversible cover when you have such a great original cover? Like, I love that. It's one of my favourite horror posters of all time. I love this poster. This cover art is amazing. That's Fright Night. Next up is a film I've not seen, but I've heard amazing things about it. The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I've heard wonderful things about this film. I've not got around to watching it. Like I said in the beginning, I'm guilty of just buying things and having them on my shelf and not watching them for ages. But I need to get onto some of these, and maybe this might be the first one. This might be on the docket tonight because I've not watched this yet, but I've heard amazing things about it. I've heard that, yeah, it's based on a true event, and there's a lot of controversy behind this film because the people of this actual real town don't like the fact that this was made. These events were made into a movie. I don't know how true that is. You can comment down below and let me know how true to life this film is based on, because that term for me, based on true events, is thrown around so lightly that it doesn't really mean much anymore. It doesn't really have much weight. But yeah, really interested in this film. So yeah, I'm also interested in the remake because I've heard even greater things about the remake than I have about this film. So if you've seen the remake, I'm a fan of remakes. I think there's some really great remakes out there. That's a video in itself. But anyway, yeah, I've heard great things about the remake, but obviously I've got the original here. I do plan to watch it. I'm gonna watch it tonight. Fuck it, let's do it. And I will come back with a thoughts review or of some kind. Of some kind that I talk about it. But yeah, The Town That Dreaded Sundown from Eureka Video. This is another 2-discer, of course. Does have a reversible sleeve. The reversible sleeve is a bit strange. It's like, I'm guessing that is the original art, but it's a bit garish for me. It's a bit leery. It's a bit too much yellow and blue, so I'd rather just stick to this. But yeah, I've heard really good things about it. I've heard that it's a really good kind of entry point into a slasher movie. But yeah, like, I think it came out in the 70s. Yeah, 76s came out. So this came out around the same time, you know, around that same time as, you know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Black Christmas. It was that slow build into the slasher genre, and there's like, I've got, you know, me and my friends have spoke about this, you know, the slasher genre, because I love the slasher genre. We've spoken about how, like, you know, Psycho was kind of the proto slasher. Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Black Christmas kind of kicked it off in the 70s, and then Halloween just blew it up into the mainstream, and then we got Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street in the 80s. But yeah, this is the part of the 70s breed of slasher. Is it going to be any good?
I will let you guys know as soon as.
The Talent Dream Sundown, it sounded pretty decent to me, so I'm looking forward to giving it a watch. You've already seen this, so I'll be quick. You've already seen my unboxing for this Mothra Eureka Masters of Cinema box set. Beautiful box set, as you know. I'm not going to show it off now because there's a whole video dedicated to it. Link down below if you want to check that out. It's a beautiful box set. I still haven't got around to watching this since then, but that's got to be on the docket soon as well. I'm a massive kaiju fan, as you probably know if you see on my other videos. I have much love for kaiju, so this is another Ishiro Honda masterpiece. I'm all for it. So yeah, this is the cool little box set. You've probably seen it, but like I said, there's a dedicated video on the channel, link in the description. Check it out. That is all my Eureka Blu-rays. The boutique label that I have the most of is a boutique label called 101 Films, because I really like 101 Films. And first up we have Cherry Falls, which I've heard kind of awful things about, but there's a subset of fans for this film that say it's kind of a hidden gem. So I'm interested, and it was dirt cheap as well, so that always helps. But yeah, it comes on a double discer. Apparently it's kind of like Scream, but the killer only kills virgins apparently. So I'm interested in seeing what this is like. I've heard awful things, but I've also heard opinions on people that generally quite like this film. So it might be kind of like, I don't know how I'll stray on this, but I probably will do a video of recent horror films that I've watched and give like just some opinions on these new films that I've watched that I've not seen before. But yeah, Cherry Falls is that one for 101 Films. I mentioned this before. Black Christmas, one of the early slasher films from the 70s. I've not seen it, sorry, but I bought it because I'm like, I need to see this film because I've heard it's actually pretty great. But I've not watched it yet. It's coming to Christmas time, so maybe it's necessary that I need to put this on. But yeah, Black Christmas, I've heard it's got one of the most underrated villains in any slasher film ever, so I'm looking forward to that. I've heard the remakes are dog shit as well, so there's always that to contend with. I think remakes can be hit and miss. I think there's some great remakes out there, but we will digress. You have it comes on a DVD and Blu-ray, comes with a cool little poster, and it's also double-sided with the original poster art. This is one of those occasions where I generally just prefer the new commissioned artwork. I think it looks cooler. But yeah, Black Christmas by 101 Films. I got this cheap as well, so it's almost Christmas time. So I need to watch these. So definitely we'll be putting this on at some point this week. So I'll be back with you with another opinions video on this one. Yeah, let's go. Don't know why I was doing that Arnie voice there. I don't know why. That's weird. Next up is a film that I swear I've seen when I was younger, because I recognised the name immediately, and this was dirt cheap as well. It's Alien Nation. Not so much a horror as far as I'm aware, like a buddy cop movie, but one guy's a human, one guy's an alien. I've heard reasonable things about this film. I think my dad quite liked it. I swear as well, you can let me know in the comments, but I swear this has a TV series, or was based. The film was based on a TV series from like maybe the 80s or something. But yeah, Alien Nation, another film that I've not watched, that I've guiltily bought and put on my shelf for about a year. But yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this one as well. I think my dad liked it, so I need to go and see it. I need to watch it. Anyway, so Alien Nation, let me know down below if you've seen this and what it's like. One of my favourite slashers of all time, spoilers for a later video, but Prom Night from 1980. Super good slasher film that I really enjoyed. Very slow pace, very suspenseful, not much in terms of gore, but it is just a really great film. I think it's one of the best, in my opinion. It's up there in what's on my favourites. So like I said, it's kind of a spoiler for an upcoming video, but yeah, I quite like this film. The 101 release, I only have the standard release. Jamie Lee Curtis there, she's in this film off the back of her success with Halloween. But yeah, I think this is a really great slasher film from the early 80s, and I think people will enjoy it. If you're into that, if you're into a more of a slow burn, kind of slow paced movie, this might be up your alley. I think it's not as fast paced as a lot of slashers are. This is more kind of slow burny, like I said, but I think it's really enjoyable, and I do like the narrative and the motive. I think the motive is completely justified. So if you like your movies with more of a suspense and more of a slow pace, this might be the film for you. So yeah, Prom Night is great movie. My next 101 films, this is from their cult horror collection, which is Dolls. Again, guilty as charged, not seen it, it's been on my shelf for ages, but it is what it is. I've just heard really good things about this film, and I like dolls coming to life and killing people, so that sounds fun. So yeah, I'm a big Chucky fan, so I thought, why not check out this? So yeah, this is just a standard Blu-ray. Standard Blu-ray. So yeah, I'm up for seeing this at some point. I'm gonna have to have like a marathon at some point to watch all these films I've not seen, but it is what it is. Yes, yeah, so that's Dolls. I've heard really great things about it. Another film I've heard great things about. This is from their cult movie collection from 101 Films. It's a film called Split Seconds with Rutger Hauer. At first glance, I thought this might be like a just kind of like cheesy 80s kind of just like, you know, crime action film, but under the skin, I've heard that it's sort of a pseudo monster movie, and I'm immediately attracted to anything that is like it's a monster movie. So I'm like, I'm up for this. So again, I've not seen it. I've not seen this, but I'm up for it. It sounds amazing. It sounds like it's a good time. So I'm looking forward to watching this one. But yeah, that is the last film in my 101 collection. We have our final bunch, which is probably this is as much as I think Arrow do a great job in their Blu-ray releases, but I think this boutique collection in particular is really just really impressing me with its quality, and that is the premium collection from HMV. There's a shop, if you're not from the UK, in the UK we have a store called HMV, and they do this boutique Blu-ray collection called the Premium Collection. It's probably my favourite boutique label right now. I just think the quality they've put into this is amazing, and I think everyone should go on the website hmv.com or whatever and have a look at the collection, because I think they've got some great films, really classic, a lot of classic movies in there that I feel that people should pick up if you're into really kind of just classic films. This one obviously is Kroll, super nostalgic for me. Grew up with it. I remember being kind of scared of like some parts of it are quite scary. It's very cheesy kind of sci-fi adventure, very much inspired by Star Wars, 100% inspired by Star Wars. It couldn't be more inspired by Star Wars. But yeah, I like this one. It's pretty decent. The comes in a nice little slip case, the Premium Collection. Comes in a clear Blu-ray case. Comes in a double disc Blu-ray and DVD as well. Is that DVD? Yeah, Blu-ray and DVD. And they always come with either a poster in these premium collections. So it's a cool little poster. This one in particular comes with, I think they all come with postcards that I've not opened yet, but yeah. Really cool, really nice presentation with these premium collection Blu-rays. And I want to get more of them because I just think they're really good. I know some people can't really pick up these kind of collections because I know there's some friends of mine where they're numbered on the spine. Where they're numbered on the spine, people get obsessed with. They have to just get them all. I'm not like that. If there's a film I don't want, I won't buy it. Next up with the premium collection, one of my favourite films ever, which is Jason and the Argonauts. Just a classic. Classics. When did it come out? 62? I'm sure it's like 62. Yeah, classic 60s movie that has groundbreaking stop motion effects. The skeleton scene is still just incredible to me, and it's just so watchable. Kill them all. It's just so classic, man. You know, the fight with the Hydra to get the golden fleece. Everything about this film is iconic, and I love this film. Again, the premium collection, it comes in a nice slipcase, clear Blu-ray as seen before, and it comes with the Blu-ray and the DVD. Little fucking digital thing. This one in particular just comes with the postcards. No poster, unfortunately. I want a poster. Give me a poster. Why can't you give me a poster? Yes, that's Jason and the Argonauts from Premium Collection. This is probably why I love these collections the most, is because their presentation is outstanding. Next up is Clash of the Titan, a film that I always see as a pair because they're both from Greek mythology, and I grew up with them, so they got major nostalgic ties to me. Clash of the Titans Premium Collection. Again, it comes as always with a nice slipcase, nice Blu-ray case, Blu-ray and DVD combo. This one is a bit of inconsistency. This one doesn't come in postcards, but it comes with a cool little booklet that has a bunch of information about the film. Love this movie. The Medusa scene is just so iconic to me. Like, she just looks great. The remake is dog shit. Don't talk about the remake. Don't watch the remake, it's awful. But yeah, I love this film. One of my favourite films from my childhood. I had to own it. I think the premium collection is the best way to own it. It's just such a nice collectible Blu-ray. And last but not least, one of my favourite films ever, in like my top 10 of favourite films of all time. We have King Kong. Again, I still think this is the best version of the film you can get. Premium collection, beautiful slipcase. Love that classic artwork as well. So just so good. It's got classic artwork. And again, this is a Blu-ray and DVD. Comes with a booklet of the film. I'm going to do a video of my King Kong collection at some point as well, and do expect a couple of videos, maybe a two-parter on my Godzilla collection, because that's going to come to the channel as well at some point. But yeah, King Kong is my final premium collection Blu-ray for my boutique, out of my boutique collections. But yeah, I do plan to get more of these because I think these are just really, they look really nice on the shelf as well. They're silver, the silver spines. They look great. I know you can get like stuff like Gremlins 2 is on this that I really want to pick up at some point. And there's some others that I can't really think off the top of my head. But there are some other films that are intriguing me that I've not seen that I want to get, that are on the premium collection. But yeah, that is my very modest boutique label Blu-ray collection. Let me know what your favourite Blu-ray boutique label is. Comment down below. If you want to see, if you like what you see here and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. I'm at 70 subscribers. You know, can we get to 100 by the end of the year? I really hope so. Let's get on that. Smash that subscribe button. If you like what you see here, hit that like button. It's the best way to support the channel and to support me. So, you know, the more likes I get, the more YouTube will kind of spread my video around to more people. So let's build this community. Let's talk about movies. As always, I've been Jason, and I am out. Blue and red, blue and red, blue and red.